What is going on, everyone? It is Tyler McKinney back here again. And today we're getting back into the XFL. That's right. And unfortunately, we've got sad news. But hey, it's going to be okay. Hey, if it's your first time here, glad to have you. If you're a return viewer, thanks for coming back and thanks for watching more videos. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. And remember, leave me those comments down in the comment section. I'd love to go through and I love to read them. I love to interact with you guys, and I love to give shout outs. And leave me some good comments, and I'll even feature those as well. All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight to the chase. Let's get straight to it. The XFL has suspended the regular season, and here is their statement. Currently, the XFL will not be playing its regular season games. However, all players will be paid their base salary and benefits for 2020 regular season. All XFL ticket holders will be issued refunds or credit towards future games. The XFL is committed to playing a full season in 2021 and future years. That's it, guys. And like every other sports pretty much anything that sports has shut down because of what's been going on around the world. You know what's been going on around the world. We don't really need to talk about that. But listen, this is huge for this league, and it is sad because it's been fun. It's been great. It's been awesome being able to watch football for another 5 weeks after the Super Bowl to still have football. It's been great. And it has just been an awesome thing. And we're going to go through, and what we're going to do is we're going to break down the statement. Now, I know that I'm a couple days late, and I apologize for getting to all this stuff later. I've just been swamped with unfortunately having to deal with this stuff at work, both my main job and also part-time job that I do as well. So it is just really consumed me and consumed all of my time. And so I did want to get at least this short video out. Now, tomorrow I hope to get out another video, and we'll go into some more details and more of the ramifications of what have happened. The other thing, too, is I wanted to sit back and I wanted to see what would come of this, because I didn't want to just jump on it. And also, too, I just haven't had the time with all of the extra work I've been putting in at work. So I apologize for getting this out a couple days late. For all of you guys who have been waiting for me to do something and you haven't seen something from me, well, that's a big part of the reason why. And so, yeah, hopefully, this gets us back on track and gets us back to doing videos. So let's go ahead. We're going to break down the statement, talk about that, and then we're going to talk about the channel a little bit, because I know that some of you guys are probably wondering what is going to be happening now that we don't have any XFL to talk about. Well, I got some answers for you. All right, this statement, let's break it down. So it says the XFL will not be playing its regular season games. What stands out to me there? Regular season games. Listen, they're going to cut off the regular season right here where it's at, what they're going to do. I don't know. It's 5 weeks. And right now, everybody's looking toward kind of that first week in April to see where everything, is kind of at with everything. So that's kind of where we're looking to go. That's where we're looking to see where things are going to be, is when we get into April with that. Which means that, listen, they still have some time, that if things work out to where they can play the playoffs, I would love for them to play the playoffs. I would love for them to do that. So let's say that they can come back and they can play the playoffs. Now, if we're looking at that, the way that things are looking right now, and I'm going to pull up the standings so that we can kind of go over this and we can kind of look at this. So as I'm looking at the standings right now, if it were today and they were going to go do the playoffs like they said they were, it would be the DC Defenders. They would then be playing the St. Louis Battlehawks in the East, and then in the West, Houston Roughnecks would be playing the Dallas Renegades, and then the winners of those two teams would be playing for the championship. That's if they did it the way it would be today. If you ask me, I'd say let's extend it a week. let's have each team play one more game at least and do the playoffs that way. So we're going to have ones play fours and twos play threes. So under that scheme, and I think that would be fun because having the DC Defenders play the Vipers again and really get DC get an opportunity to have that kind of revenge game, that would be cool. And then St. Louis and New York, especially New York now playing with Luis Perez, I'd love to see how this team does against that St. Louis team, especially that St. Louis team after they came off, that hard-fought loss to DC, how they could rebound. That would be a really neat matchup. And then in the West, this would be really fun. Dallas and LA, seeing them play and how the dynamic would be with those two teams, and seeing what Dallas would do in their quarterback position, and especially with their new offensive coordinator would be neat to see. And then to see Seattle in a full game against Houston again, seeing them play them again because they played them so tight when they played, that would be awesome to see them. And yeah, I know I said a full game earlier, and you know what I mean with that, but to see that whole dynamic there's some really neat storylines there that listen, it's only one more week, so if you're going to bring people back, bring back everybody for the playoffs and do it up that way. I think that would be fun. It would be a great way to do it, and it would just be, again, give us some more football, give everybody a chance to kind of go out with the bang, be able to finish, have some finality to their season and that would be great. And it would just be up until the championship game, just have the higher ranked team play at home like they do with the NFL playoffs and just do it that way. Now let's move continuing on. And let's talk about the players. So all players will be paid their base pay and benefits for the 2020 regular season, which is a huge, huge deal. Listen, this speaks exactly right to the AAF, and it shows the difference between the XFL and where they are at financially and what they're doing compared to what the AAF was. The AAF they were a mess when they got down to it. At the end of everything, it was just a disaster. Players had to buy their own way home. They had to pay for hotel rooms. It was not good whatsoever. The XFL, what they're saying is, listen, we're picking up the tab. We're paying you guys, we're paying you for everything that's happened so far, and that's what we're doing. We're paying you what we said we would pay you. We're gonna pay you, and the guys are still gonna be under the contract through the May 31st, but they're paying everybody. They're gonna do that. And also they added in here that little bit, but it means a whole lot, and that's benefits. And the benefits that these guys were getting from the XFL and that, which is huge. They're not leaving these guys high and dry. They're going to do good by these players, and for them doing that, it shows the stability that's there. And again, I've said this many times. The XFL has needed to show their stability, and in what better than in a situation like this with what's happened in the world and all of this to show the financial stability and doing the right thing and this is their talent. This is their bread and butter. This is what makes them their money, and really honoring those players, and that is huge here, and it's a huge thing for them, and it makes sense, and it really does show class. And it shows the world that the XFL is serious and that they're here to stay. So this for me was very good. The second thing on top of this, and this is just really icing on the cake, the fact that they're going to refund ticket holders and that they're going to, or give them credit towards future games. The first thing is that you need to be able to do that. If you're not going to do that, that's good. It shows that you care about the fans and you care about their experience and you care about what they think about your product. Which is huge, and it's a big deal. Whenever I have some issues, and a company, definitely would go above and beyond, and even give me my money back. And that, that speaks volumes, and that brings me back, especially as a fan, and that'll bring these people back. And then the thing that I like here is credit toward future games. Listen, the XFL is not done here. They are definitely going to play next season, and I've got some information that we're going to share in a video, and that we're going to go on and talk about in a video tomorrow, that that's some really cool stuff that the XFL is doing, and that the XFL is looking into doing, that I think it might shock some of you guys, but it's just showing that just how big of an impact that the XFL in only 5 weeks has had on the sports world and the football world in general. So it's pretty cool. So this thing that, give them credit towards future games is pretty awesome. And then they solidify everything and bring it all together, and the XFL is committed to playing a full season in 2021 and future years. The XFL is not going anywhere. We're not planning on going anywhere. Listen, guys, we are here to stay, and that's what we plan on doing, and I think that that's great. Let's go ahead now and let's pay a little bit of attention to kind of some more things that have come out. So we've kind of got a little bit more on kind of this whole contract thing, and what they're saying is that they're going to hold guys under contract through the 31st, and like they've said, they're going to allow guys to to go to tryouts, to things for CFL or the NFL, but yet that the offers need to come to the XFL, and that these offers need to be credible offers for these guys to come out of their contract and leave, which I think is really good. It shows two things. One, it shows that the XFL is serious about their talent, and that they're just not going to let anybody come in here and take their talent, which for me, especially as a fan, that speaks a lot to me. It just shows how much they value these players and how much they value this talent. The other thing is that it's not allowing the NFL just to come in here willy-nilly and just to gobble up these players for no money, just to get them under contract so that they might have somebody. They're going to have to come to the table. They're going to have to bring money, which is good. The way that the XFL is doing this, I love it. I like the way that they're doing. When you have the power and especially when you're the smaller guy, you need to take advantage to the power that they have, and they are doing that, and they need to do that. And listen, if it's a reasonable offer and things, they're going to let guys go. They're not going to hold guys back, because right now, that opportunity that's going to get people, to their ultimate goal, which a lot of them is get back into the NFL. They're going to try to honor that the best they can, because they're not just going to, keep a guy from going to the next level, because that's not going to bode well for them in the future. Guys who are thinking that they're going to sign somewhere, they're going to be more hesitant to sign with them if they think that, they're going to hold them back from being able to sign, with an NFL team. So, I'm not looking at this as something like the XFL is going to do somebody dirty or anything like that. I just think that listen, this is all around is going to be good, because I think that the players are actually going to get more money out of this, instead of just being thrown nickels and dimes at them just to get them in case they need them. Now they actually got to come in, they got to pony up, because the XFL really is kind of an advocate for the player, because if it's not a good deal, they're not going to let the player go. And so it kind of falls, it's almost like the XFL is kind of the fail-safe for these guys, and almost like an agent for some of these guys, which is really, really nice. So when you start to look at it this way, it actually looks pretty decent for the players, because the players are actually going to probably end up with more money than what they would have had not the XFL been involved. And so that's, again, all the way around is good. And again, if a guy gets more money because he was with the XFL than what he would have gotten. So, for instance, let's just look at this, like a guy like Luis Perez, okay? So he was signed on practice squads and brought in that, and he got signed to X amount of dollars. So let's now bring in the XFL. This year, some team wants him, so they want to bring him in and do that, and now he makes more money because of his XFL contract. All of a sudden, that information trickles down to all of the other players that are looking possibly at playing in the XFL. And, when they talk to him, they say, listen, I had a great experience and this is what they did for me, X, Y, and Z. And that's really what it is too. When you look at Twitter, when you look at all this stuff, the fact of the matter is that these XFL players are thanking the XFL and thanking the fans for the experience. I have really just only seen good things out there, and who knows, there were probably bad experiences too. I just haven't seen them. I mean, across Twitter, all over the place, players are just thankful for the opportunity, and that they just had a great experience, really enjoyed being in the XFL, really enjoyed doing things, and that bodes well for the league, and that bodes well for us as fans. We're probably not going to get any more football out of the XFL this year. Got my fingers crossed. I'm hoping for those playoffs, especially, getting the 8-team playoff. But in all reality, the XFL's coming back. They're setting things up good, and I've got some exciting news that I want to talk about tomorrow's video about that. So I just kind of want to put that out there for you because we got some stuff still to talk about, and we got some news that have been happening, and I want to cover that. But first, before we get into any of that, and when we get into that stuff tomorrow, I want to talk about the channel, because really what's going to happen here is that here for a little bit, we're still going to be talking about the XFL. As XFL news comes out, we're going to be talking about it. I've been covering the XFL for months now, and I'm not going to change any of that. So when new news comes out and now we have things to talk about, we're going to talk about them. I'm going to get the news out to you, get the information out to you like I have been for months. However, things are going to be a little bit slower. It's going to leave a little bit more time, especially these weeks that we're going to have without really any sports. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be trying some different videos. I'm going to be doing some different videos, maybe some different video series, and I need to know your guys' input. I want to know what you want to see. I want to know if you like the content. I'm still going to try to go live. We're still going to talk about things, especially on Tuesday night. Tuesday night's going to be our live night. Again this week, we're going to continue going live and doing that, especially because of all the things that just keep changing on a daily basis. We're going to continue, to kind of cover things and do that. So I'm going to be putting out different content here, and I just want to see what your guys' thoughts are. Now, I know you guys have been waiting for the reveal of who won the giveaway, and I apologize because of all the craziness. I have not been able to record the video, and I haven't been able to do it. But I can tell you, the person has been picked. And so tomorrow's video, we're going to look at a little bit more of this XFL fallout and kind of things that have transpired. And as we look at that, we're also going to tomorrow get in and we're going to announce our winner of the giveaway and go from there. So yeah, I'm excited, guys. The future is bright. It's wonderful. And listen, for me, today's been the best day. It's been the greatest day of the whole year, and it has nothing to do with anything that's going on. Today was my birthday, and so I just have been enjoying a good birthday weekend. And so, believe it or not, it's actually been nice not having anything to do and things being canceled, so that I can go ahead and I can just enjoy my family and just spending time with them. And that's what we did today, and it was fantastic, and I loved it. And really, too, that's what I just want to encourage you guys out there. Listen, if things are canceled and that with it, just enjoy spending time with the people that you love and that you care about, and that, because you don't really get that much time to really just enjoy one another. Because if you're like me, you're in this rat race of life and just running to and fro, and it just seems to never stop and never end. So I just, on today that I consider the greatest day of the year, I just want to encourage you to get out there and just enjoy your family and then enjoy the people that you call family, that you love, your friends. Just have a good time, guys. All right. Well, I know that you're busy. I know that I'm busy. So let's get on out of here. You have a good night.